Hi guys, it's Tahira and today I'm doing kind of a weekly reading vlog, basically a mood read with me vlog where I'm just going to be kind of taking you through my reading for what it looks like during the week, because I have been doing a lot of like themed vlogs the past few months, and I just wanted one where I could just like read whatever I wanted, because I feel like I haven't had the chance to really do that, especially because I have quite a few books on my physical TBR that I want to get through this summer. So I'm just going to be reading whatever I really want this week. So today is Tuesday, I was going to say February, but it's June 4th, and I am currently in the middle of A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am just about 570 pages in, so I barely have like 50 pages left, so I'm definitely gonna finish this today. But I'll be taking you through like what it's like for me to choose my next book, because I am a mood reader like pretty much all the time. I never really have a set TBR, which is why I've stopped doing TBRs like quite a while ago. I used to do TBR videos in the beginning, but I've stopped doing them for quite a while, like many years, because I just never was the type that like really stuck to TBRs. But yeah, so basically I choose my next book as soon as I finish a book, and I do it based on like whatever vibes I'm feeling, basically whatever I'm in the mood for. So right after I finish this today, I'm going to take you through about like what it's like for me to pick a book right after I finish a book, and sort of the process for choosing my next read. Other than that, there's nothing really else to this. I have no idea what books I'm going to read in this video. The only one I know for sure is I'm going to be finished A Court of Mist and Fury, but other than that, my schedule is wide open. I have no other plans for as far as my reading, and I am hoping to read more this week, because the past week since I've been back, I've literally just been watching Netflix, and I want to read a little bit more, so hopefully I'll be definitely doing that this week as well. It is also super sunny here, great weather here in California, which is great because I love the sun so much. Anyways, that's just me rambling. But I will next see you when I finish A Court of Mist and Fury. This is a reread for me, by the way. This is like my second or third time rereading this, so nothing new for me. But I'll see you when it's time for me to choose my next book after this one. How the lighting is right now, because I don't really have a lot of experience filming at night, so I have like all the lights on in my room, and I still don't really know if it's dark. Anyways, it is later the same day from like my last intro clip, but I have finished A Court of Mist and Fury. Of course I gave 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed my reread of this, especially because it's been so long since the last time I read it, literally almost 6 or 7 years. So it was a really great experience, like jumping back into the world. Now it's time to pick my next read, which I have absolutely no idea what I want to do. After finishing A Court of Mist and Fury, I low-key wanted to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, but that one is a little bit too long for me to want to pick it up right now. Like if it was shorter, I would definitely pick it up, but it's like 600 to 7, I think probably 700 plus pages, so it's definitely a little bit too long to pick up right now, because I think I'm in the mood for a little bit of a shorter book when I can read like quickly. So I'm gonna be showing you through my Notion, because Notion is where I have my like physical TBR laid out. I have like a page for it, as you can see here. I'll put it up right here, but this is my physical TBR screen, and as you can see, I have basically a list of all the books that I need to read that I own physically, which may not be a lot, but for me this is way more than I usually have, because I usually am pretty good at reading the books that I buy. But I've bought a little bit more books than usual the past few months, so I have a little bit of a backlist of books that I need to get to. I don't know if anything is truly calling to me. A lot of the beginning books are like a little bit long. Some of them are like sequels or part of series that I want to reread before I read the book. And then I just have a bunch of like standalone like miscellaneous like cozy fantasy and some thriller and some other random stuff. So nothing is truly calling to me from this list. But there was also a book that my sister has that I've been sort of eyeing, so I might pick that one up. Literally, as you can see, that I am very all over the place when it comes to picking my next read because I literally have no clue like what I'm in the mood for right now. Will be back. I'm sorry about the lighting. If it's too dark, I'm sorry about that. But I have picked up Practice Makes Perfect from my sister. She has said that like it's pretty good and it's pretty short too. I think it's just about 330 pages. So I'm definitely looking for like a shorter book. I don't know, I'm in the mood for a shorter book, especially after reading a 600+ page book like this one. And I don't know if anything else is calling to me from my own like physical TBR. So I think I'm gonna try out this one and see how I feel. I have many updates. It's currently Friday. The last time I updated was Tuesday, so it's definitely been a couple of days. I definitely have not been reading as much as I have been wanting to. I kind of got sucked into finishing the last season of Sex and the City because that's the show I have been watching these days, but I finally finished the show yesterday. So today I've been spending reading all day. I am on page 212 of Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving this so much more than what I thought I would. I really thought this was gonna be like a 3-star romance for me, but this is probably a solid 4-star or even higher for me. I'm just like, I'm eating it up. Like, I love the two main characters. I love their relationship and their dynamic together, and I genuinely enjoy reading about them and their interaction. So I'm like loving that aspect of it as well. So yeah, I'm just really happy that I'm loving this. After this, I don't know what I want to read though, because I really wanted to read When in Rome, which is like the first book / the other book that's in this like world. I think they're interconnected stories, and I put that on hold at the library, but obviously that's not gonna come in for a little bit. But I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it, and I hope that I can find something after this that I really enjoy as well, because I know that something like that can put me in a reading slump, so hopefully that does not happen to me. In other news, we got a really exciting announcement. If anyone knows me in real life, I feel like I don't talk about this a lot on here, but if anyone knows me in real life, they know that I absolutely love the Hunger Games series. Literally, I have been obsessed with that series since I read it back in like middle school, and I'm due for another reread. I really want to reread it sometime soon, hopefully this summer. But we finally got an announcement for another Hunger Games book called Sunrise on the Reaping. I'll put the cover or like the announcement image up here somewhere, and we're also getting a movie for it in 2026, so very exciting news. This one also follows the 50th Hunger Games, which is Haymitch's games. It was the second quarter quell, and the little twist to this was that there was going to be double the number of not victors, like number of like contestants, I guess, than usual, because usually there is 2 from each district, so 24 people, but this one's gonna have 48, and we all know what sort of happens in the 50th Hunger Games and Haymitch's life a little bit in Catching Fire, but I'm so excited to dive more deeply into the story. Also, I know this is gonna be so good because I know that Suzanne Collins, usually when she writes something, it's not because she like wants money or something, it's because she has something to say, and so I'm just really excited to see what she has to say in this book. Anyways, my Hunger Games era is coming back. I feel it coming back. My obsession is rising again. It sort of came with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes movie, and then it kind of died down again, and now I'm like rising again. It's coming out of me, so that is definitely really exciting. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. I am definitely hoping to finish this today. I've been reading this really quickly, to be honest, which I always love to read like a fast and quick book. So I only have about 100 and I want to say like 20 pages left, so hopefully I can probably get this done today with the speed that I'm reading at, so I will definitely come back to you when I get to the end of this and I'll tell you more thoughts. I totally forgot to tell you what this book is about. This book is about this girl named Annie Walker, and she is a florist living in Rome, Kentucky, and she is basically, she goes on this date and it turns out to be a disaster. Like, the guy calls her boring, it's everything doesn't turn out well, and then she decides to take her sister-in-law, Amelia Rose, which I think is the main character of the When in Rome book, and her bodyguard is Will Griffin, this like bad boy tattooed guy type, and so she decides to help him and use him as a way to sort of practice going on dates, practice flirting, just things that she's not really good at. And of course, as they start spending more time together, they start like developing a relationship. So yeah, the dynamic of them just like having this these fake dates and fake flirting, but obviously it sort of toes the line between, is this real, is this fake, like what are we doing out of obligation, what are we doing for real? So all of these thoughts and conversations are coming up, but I think that this dynamic is so cute, especially because when we're introduced to the main love interest, who is Will, like the bodyguard, he is like, we sort of like introduced to him knowing that he already has sort of noticed Annie, because he's been the bodyguard of Amelia Rose, who's like this pop star, and he has noticed Annie before because he's been around her family and everything. So something, usually I don't like the insta-lovey aspect where it's like the guy or someone usually has instant attraction to each other, or like one person has instant attraction, but in this case I actually really enjoyed it because we're really getting this like you know, jealousy can be a little bit attractive sometimes, so we're getting this jealous, like obsessed side. And although I don't know if he has any like role in the When in Rome book, I'm really enjoying this aspect of it, and honestly it's not really bothering me that he has sort of had this like obsession attraction from the beginning. If anything, I feel like it's just adding to the story, but overall I'm just really enjoying these characters and their story. So yeah, hopefully there is no like third act conflict. I mean, I know there's gonna be something, but hopefully it's not something that pisses me off too much, especially because I'm loving this so much. It's probably not gonna be a full 5 stars, but I don't know, probably like a 4.5, which is higher than any other book I've really read in the past couple of months. So yeah, I'm really excited about this book. Other than that, I will get back to you when I have finished this book and when it's time to choose my next read, which I have absolutely no idea what I want that to be. But first, it's time to finish Practice Makes Perfect. So I have officially finished Practice Makes Perfect, and I am giving this a 4 star. I really enjoyed this. The only reason I'm docking a star is because the two main characters are obviously like from the beginning they're very much like attracted to each other. Like none of them are hiding it. They both know like what the other person feels and like how they sort of like they know about their attraction to each other, but they're all like, Will is the bodyguard. He's like for several reasons he's just not ready to be in a relationship. He's always said he's not that kind of guy, and I don't know, just like they're going back and forth, and it was just so obvious that they were like wanted to be together and that Will wanted to be with Annie, but it just took so long because like in his mind he's like, oh, I can't be with her because I don't want to, I'm not like this. And I feel like I'm not making any sense right now, but basically like I feel like they knew of their feelings for each other, but it still took them too long to like sort of confront them. And I wish that like it had been a little bit more mature in that sense, because they are in like their, I guess, late 20s, I want to say, like 20s to 30s. So I think that they would have the maturity to understand that they have these feelings for each other and not really act like they did. They did act a little bit younger, I feel like, than their age was in the book. And again, I'm not sure exactly what their age is, but it's definitely like in the 20s. They're definitely like full-grown adults, but sometimes it just felt like the dialogue and the way they acted felt a little bit younger. But other than that, I think this is a super solid read. I really enjoyed the dynamic, and even the third act like conflict, I feel like there wasn't like a super big conflict. Like usually I feel like there's such stupid conflicts that happen in romance books, but this one really wasn't, so I really enjoyed that as well. But other than that, I'm really excited to get to When in Rome because it follows two characters that show up in this. It follows their story, and I hope that it's like as good as this one and that I enjoy it as much as this one. Fingers crossed about that. But now it is time for me to choose my next book. The only thing is right now it is like 1 a.m. so I might actually end up doing that tomorrow morning or like whenever I wake up. I've been waking up sort of late these days because I've been off of school, but I think I'll probably end up choosing my next book tomorrow. If I end up choosing it right now, I will definitely like record my process, but I think I'm just gonna do it tomorrow when I wake up. But yeah, I'm so glad that I enjoyed this. Not a 5-star for me, but definitely a really solid 4-star, and I'm really glad that I read it. And honestly, this was a surprising read for me because I did not think I would love it as much as I have. But honestly, I've been in a sort of a book, not slump, but just in a period where I'm not really reading as many books that I'm like super loving and not giving, not even just like 5 stars. I'm not even finding like high 4 stars or solid 4 stars. So I'm really glad that I really enjoyed this. This is gonna be a very quick update, but last night when I said that I was gonna go to bed and I was gonna choose in the morning, well, I ended up actually starting a whole new book. I started Never Lie by Frida McFadden because I was talking with my sister as I was returning Practice Makes Perfect to her, and she said that she recommended that one because I was looking for like a quick fast-paced read, and that one's a thriller. So I picked that up at like, I started reading that around like 1:30 in the morning, thinking that I would just read like a few pages and then go to sleep. But I actually ended up reading like 120 pages in an hour of that book, and I just couldn't put it down, and I was like gripped and engaged with the story from the beginning. So I'm really enjoying Never Lie. The story is about this couple, Trisha and Ethan, and they're looking to like tour a house because they're trying to buy a house, and then they go there and there's a snowstorm and they get trapped, so they have to stay the night. And then this house used to belong to this like psychiatrist who disappeared or was killed. No one really knows what happened to her, so like they're at the house and then weird stuff starts happening and they're sort of trapped there. But honestly, this book like created a feeling of like creepiness that I haven't really read before. Like usually I feel like books don't really creep me out. I guess I don't really read a lot of books like that, like horror, but this one like really did creep me out. Like maybe because I was reading it super late at night, but I was genuinely like creeped out while reading it and like sort of scared. But yeah, I was really enjoying it. I'm still reading it. I've also read a little bit today, and I'm already on page 238, and I'm already like 70% of the way through the book, so I'm definitely going to be finishing it today. I am just really enjoying it, and I sort of have my theories about what's going on, but so far I feel like they're gonna be wrong. And the plot twist, like I heard from my sister that the plot twist is like super shocking and that she wasn't expecting it, so I'm hoping it's something that truly like gets me. Other than that, I don't really have any other updates. I will definitely, probably this is gonna be my last my last book for the vlog before I upload it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I really hope that the ending can like stick the landing so that I can give this a high rating, because so far this is probably again another like 4 to 5 star read for me. I'm like really enjoying this. is the next day. Please ignore the fact that I've been wearing the same t-shirt for the past like 2 days. We're just gonna ignore that. But I finished Never Lie last night. Not even last night, like yesterday early evening, and I ended up giving this like a 3.5 stars. I definitely did not like the ending as much as I was liking like the entire book as I was reading it. One of the reasons why I just didn't like the ending is because like after the first like major reveal, there were some more like smaller reveals, but they just didn't end up hitting the same. They didn't have the same shock factor. I will say that the biggest major reveal was pretty shocking to me and I didn't see it coming. And honestly, my theories, as I was thinking, was kind of stupid because like it would have been too obvious. But I don't know, everything after that just kind of fell flat for me, and just some things didn't make sense and felt a little bit too like cheesy, almost like a caricature like. So that's why I ended up giving it 3.5 stars versus like a full 4 star, which is what I was feeling as I was reading the whole rest of the book. But overall, I actually really enjoyed my time, like except for the last 20%, I really enjoyed my time reading the book. I was thoroughly creeped out at the beginning when we were introduced to like this creepy house, and that is something that usually books can't accomplish too much. And yesterday I also started One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which my physical copy is sitting right there, but I'm sore from the gym, so I don't feel like getting up and getting it. But that one I am not going to be talking too much about in this video at all because I'm only 10 pages in, so that is not going to be included in this one. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with this like weekly, not even weekly because it was like starting on Tuesday and I am ending it on, technically I ended my reading on Saturday. So those 5 days I was able to get through like two and like a quarter of a book because I finished the last like 70 pages of A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I read Practice Makes Perfect, which I ended up giving 4 stars. I really enjoyed that one. And then I read Never Lie, which I also ended up giving 3.5 stars. So overall, not too bad. Definitely a little bit higher ratings than what I've been reading like the past couple of months. So I will say, I guess mood reading and like just reading what I want for a little bit is definitely something that helped me out in my, as far as my ratings. But yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought of this video. I did do a little bit of a different style than usual because usually I just do like updates about the books that I'm reading and my thoughts on them, but this time I decided to do a little bit of b-roll of me reading as well. So please do let me know how that is, if it's boring, if it's too long, if it's too short, if I should keep doing it, if I shouldn't. I would love to know. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time. Bye.